So the first one we're going to talk about is one of Cozumel's newest resorts, Kuza. And here are the prices. All right, your first one is going to be your cheapest one, and that is for $39.20. And this is if you book it there, not on your cruise ship. So what do you get with $39.20? All right, so with your $39.20 package, you're going to get park admission included, your full day admission to Kuza Beach and the adventure park. Remember, they are in two separate places. Access to Cozumel's largest private beach, and there are nature trails and family-friendly activities that you can walk around inside the park. All right, so your next package is going to be $63.20, and here's what that package includes. All right, so naturally it's going to include your park admission, your admission to Kuza Beach and the adventure park, full access to the private beach, all you can eat buffet featuring local and international cuisine, unlimited standard open bar and local beverages, and we will talk about that again in just a little bit. And then their kayaking and their paddling. All right, and your last package for $87.20 is the full experience package. Okay, and here's what that includes. All right, your last package includes park admission, your full access to Kuza Water Park, access to Cozumel's highest zip line course, pools, 4 water slides, a lazy river, and play areas, the water park's bar and restaurants area, and standard buffet and open bar included. And again, we will talk about that open bar here shortly. All right, so you are going to get to Kuza two separate ways. You can book the excursions off the ship, okay, and then you're going to pay a little bit more. And then, or you can take a taxi, which is going to cost you roughly $30 per person round trip to go to Kuza. It's about 15-minute drive from the port, and that's the two ways to get there. Okay, and this is going to be your entrance, and this is where they're going to drop everybody off. If you want to go to the beach from here, you're going to have to go down to the take the shuttle over to the beach area. So one of the things here about the zip lines is you can see they're made of steel. They're really sturdy, very safe. There's 3 traverses. The last one's pretty long. Naturally, we couldn't take our phones up there and do it, but I'll walk out and show you. Here's your last traverse. That's the last one you'll come on. It's pretty high. And that person made it. But the problem is, they may not make it. We'll see. You're going to get the brake way out. That's going to hook them in case they have to hook. This is the old way of doing it.
That is the thing you do here, man.
Like people. Alright, so here's your water park. Alright, I'll bring you that, tour of that inside. Looks pretty big from up on top of the zip lines, but I'll bring it to you.
Sunrise paints the sky in gold and red. Got no worries running through my head. Just the rhythm of the ocean tide. Nowhere in the world I'd rather hide. Oh, take me to that island breeze, dancing through the coconut trees. Your worries wash away with ease. Living on island time. if you please. Got a mango drink here in my hand. Wiggle my toes down in the sand. The sun is warm upon my face, feeling the magic of this place. Oh, take me to that island breeze, dancing through the coconut trees. Your worries wash away with ease, living on island time, if you please. Oh yeah, island time. So easy.
All right, so these are the snacks and everything that is included with your all-inclusive. But then I'm going to show you the other menu, but with even the ultimate package that you still have to pay for, and they're a la carte. Even the French fries, you're going to have to pay extra for. All right, so here's your pay menu. Again, none of this is included, and as you can see, it's pretty pricey for what you get there. Even your French fries are more. And this is, again, not included in any of the packages. It's all extra. And it gets the same way, and I'll show you with the beer in just a second, that it does the same thing. I decided to take the shuttle down to the beach area. Okay, so because remember, the beach and the water park are two separate locations. About a 10-minute walk if you go and just walk it, and it's about a 2-minute ride on the shuttle. So we'll bring you to the beach area in just a minute. That's where most people went. So it was only about a 2-minute ride down here to the beach. He was moving pretty good, but 2 minutes. But I will say, you're going to see here in a second, absolutely beautiful. One of the things about this place is lots of shade. They have lots and lots of shade for people like me that don't really like being out in the sun long. You know, the old skin cancer thing. And but it's beautiful. Wow. Got bars all over the island on the beach. And it goes pretty far. We're gonna go see how far it is. They break it up into a couple of different areas. This is the family beach, naturally, as you can see the sign. So we'll take a walk down there. It's a pretty big place. You got some dry slides. They're not water slides, but I'll bring you down here, see how far this actually goes. All right, so you got a little play area for the kids. And we're gonna continue to walk way down there just to see what's down there, and then we'll go the opposite direction. As you can see, I'm still walking, and I haven't been videotaping the whole way. Now, the beach doesn't look as clear here. It looks like a little bit of grass down here, but I'm way at the north end of it, and you can see they still have a million chairs available. Okay, I might be exaggerating. And yet another bar. So, plenty of places to get drinks. Matter of fact, probably gonna need one here in just a second. So we'll get one for the walk back. But I've been walking for really and truthfully about probably 6 to 7 minutes, and I'm still walking and still seeing beach and chairs. So we're gonna keep walking just to see how far it goes. And they do have free Wi-Fi. So they do market. The last one I passed was 7. We're at 5. All right, you can get a massage here as well as you could up there in the all-inclusive area. There's your massage area here on the beach. So they've pretty much got anything you want. Little store, little, what do you call them, straw markets. Now this is a tour apparently because they just broke up. You can get your tattoos here, and they actually wash off. You're not stuck with them for life. All right, now look at this. This is pretty cool here. You can see another bar, and this is your eating area. This is your buffet. I'll bring you that food in just a second. So here's your buffet area. Like I said, it's up toward the northern end of the property. And you can tell that ice is cold. Got some desserts. Got your salads with all your makings, juices. You got veggies and rice, chicken, battered fish, refried greens, pulled pork, barbecue, and my favorite, spaghetti. You come to Mexico, you always got to get chips and salsa, baby, and then more drinks. All right, and that's all included in the all-inclusive part with the drinks and food. So we're gonna come out of there and we're gonna go down the beach even further. This place is absolutely huge and it's pretty packed. The water park, not so much. A little disappointed in how many people are there. All right, this is the exclusive area. I guess you gotta have I can go in here because I've got the all-inclusive. So we're gonna walk down there, check it out. Here's your bathrooms again with lockers. They have lockers everywhere. All right, so this is now I'll explain this. It's kind of hard to understand. Carnival does not offer this, but Royal Caribbean does. Now, somebody here told me that this area is, you pay more, but you get less. So Royal offers it, again, Carnival does not. Okay, so, and that's all it is, just beaches and chairs and nothing else. as you can see, we've dead ended into actually another resort. This is not part of theirs. And that's pretty much it. As I said, that ended it. This is your beach area. And as you can see, it goes way down there. And I'm gonna walk you down to the beach because we've already looked at pretty much everything else. Or I'm gonna go actually get me a beer. I'm getting parched. That's parched. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna take you right back to where we came in at. Just can't get over that view though. Oh, it's awesome. So if we came back, we probably wouldn't do the water park. We'd probably just do the $109 for this area because the drinks are included, the food's included, all that's included, and you get the beach. And we love the beach, as you know. So we would probably do that. Probably wouldn't do the water park again. You can see, if you look straight down there between all those umbrellas, you see the pier. And that's how far I've been walking. The place is huge. I know I've said that, but I'm gonna say it again. There's another bar and another eating place. Okay. And another buffet, but they've already closed that one, believe it or not. This is right at the entrance. So there's the shuttle. This is where we came in. But I'm gonna go now to the south end. And this is adults only down here. So they do have an adults only area. As you can see, I'm not gonna walk all the way down there because the shuttle's just pulling in. That's where it ends. So, okay, like I said, beautiful place. All right, so our review of Kuza, which is a fairly new resort, only been open about a month as of April 2026. The positives is it's a beautiful beach area. It is very foot friendly. It is a little rock shelly, but it's okay to walk in. It's not horrible. The water park was great. The zip lines were good. The first traverse was good. The second was a little flat, so it kind of hurt your back to try to get your legs up for the landing. And then your third traverse was actually excellent. What you saw in the video of the kid getting stuck was just because he really didn't quite weigh enough. But we felt very safe on the zip lines themselves. Um, but again, a beautiful place. Now the negatives about Kuza. All right, we don't really have a lot of negatives to say about it. Again, great place. It was a little pricey, but again, we booked it on Carnival, and I believe we paid $140 for the ultimate package, which included everything: the water park, the zip lines, and it's as much as you want to do. A little disappointed in the beer. The beer was advertised as free drinks, the bar, domestic bar, and they had Tecate Light, which is a cheaper uh, Mexican beer, and it was extra. They had several different brands that were extra. The only beer that was actually included in the price of the all inclusive was Dos Equis, and that's what they had on the beach and in the park, and it was on draft. Yes, it was drinkable. It was good. We only had a couple. But that was a little disappointing. To me, the upcharge on the food was a little disappointing, to especially have to pay extra for French fries and chicken nuggets. And the food to us was really about a 2 out of 5 stars. The food was not very good as far as what you got included into your package. And I personally just don't believe in paying that kind of money and then spending more on food that I can just go back to the ship and eat for free. The last negative was we booked it through Carnival, and that ship left at 3:30, so we really only got about 4 hours there total. Okay, so to me, $140 each, so 280 bucks was a little pricey for 4 hours. Other than that, beautiful place. Again, if we did it again, I'd do the $109 package off the ship, which is the $87 package, and then you can just go lay at the beach and drink and eat all day long. Alrighty? Moving on to the next one. Let's go to El Cid, right there in Cozumel, right by the ports.
All right, here we are with Leo.
How you doing today?
You've met Leo before.
Very happy to see this guy again. So please welcome, you're always welcome for El Cid La Ceiba. We have kind of a little raise on the prices today, but it's $69 with all you can eat and drink, right? Just bring your own towel. And also we got the special $28 with $13 credit back to you, right? Don't forget to bring your towel, bring yourself and a lot of friends. Leo wait for you right here at El Cid La Ceiba Hotel.
All right, and if you come see Leo and tell him Party of Two Crew sent you, he's going to give you a 0% discount.
This much.
All right, he's going to take us inside. We'll show you all of it in a
That's
minute.
right. You have a nice day.
All right. Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, so what Leo just said, if you order it online, you're going to pay a little bit more. It's like $9 more. So don't do it online. They like U.S. cash. So, all right, so this is the entrance. This is also a hotel, as you can see, too. Okay. So we're going to go into the lobby. I'll bring you that when we get there. All right, so this is the lobby. We're going to come up here. Leo will get his commission. And we'll be right here in this line for a few minutes. Then we'll take you outside, give you a tour, because the last one I gave you was during the pandemic. So, you know, the cold. So again, this is the lobby of El Cid. You got your reception desk there and where you buy your all-inclusives. All right, so coming out the door. Everybody's always so friendly here. All right, now you come out. There's a little room here, but it's just for events that they make. It's not really open to the... All right, so we got our pool. I just felt the water. The water is a little cool. They told us at one time it was heated, but right around the corner, and I'll show you that in a minute, they do have a hot tub. We'll show you the right side first, and then I'll come back through to show you the rest of it. All right, so you got the pool area. And again, one of the negatives about El Cid, but it's just like a few of the other places we go to, Chankanaab Park, Ocean Plaza down the beach, none of them have a beach per se. All right, so we have a hot tub. We got those dorks. And then we have a full restaurant down here, but again, I'll show you that in just a second and show you the buffet. You can either order from the buffet and do it yourself, or you can order from your server. All right, so this is the kind of the beach down here. As you can see, they got umbrellas, they got plenty of chairs. And then they have a little booth over there, and I'll show you that in a second as I go downstairs to show you the rest of it down there. Moving my way downstairs magically. We were standing right up there. You have the jacuzzi bar. Like I said, I'll show you that in just a second closer. Some people do get their reserved areas, and they're more than likely staying here. This is a hotel, as I showed you. They have these rooms. They have, I think, 800 rooms or 80 rooms, 80 rooms. And then they have the ones there, okay? Now, if you move down here to the end, which I'm just gonna magically move us, well, I won't. All right, so down here, you got plenty of shade if you like the shade like I do. I don't really like the sun that much. And down here is where you're gonna get your complimentary, I think it's 1 hour that you get your snorkeling equipment. And if you go right out there, by those lines out there, there's parts of an airplane that you can swim around. It's just a wing and maybe a little bit of a fuselage down there. And then they have this is kind of new. They just added this here shortly ago. But that's where you'll rent your equipment down here on the north side. And that pretty much takes care of everything here. You can also do excursions here. They have excursions that'll come to that dock and pick you up. All right, I'm gonna move us back up by the pool and show you the buffet area. All right, they do have a little kids area by the pool. Okay, now there's two ways to get into the buffet area. You can go down those doors there, coming straight out of the lobby. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that rather than go down the other stairs. All right, so you can check in. Always so nice here. All right, so this is your buffet area. Now, it's still breakfast right now. But they will set up a pretty good spread for lunch. Let's just give you a little sneak peek. They got fruit. A lot of your juices. And those are fresh juices. And then they will cook you omelets. Now this will change here shortly. In a couple of hours that will change into lunchtime, and that's when it gets fun. But they got nachos, they got guacamole, pulled pork, a lot of different stuff. Okay, so when you're coming out, it's a pretty good view if you get a table over there by the windows. All right, so now this is kind of a beach, but not, okay? So I'm just gonna show you the outside of it first. Now, this is sort of a beach, okay? But as you can see, and I'll show you a better view over there with the sun ain't glaring off the water, but it is very rocky. So when you come here, if you're gonna use this little area, make sure you wear water shoes, okay? All right, take you over there. The restrooms are back there. You're coming around, this is the spa area. Okay, and then you have a gym, but that's really for the hotel guests. And you come back around here. These are your restrooms. You go into those doors and then they're on the inside. One thing about Mexico, the restrooms are always clean. We've never found a dirty restroom. Very, very clean. All right, as you come around this little giant rock, that made a lot of sense, a little giant rock. You got your shower area, and then this is your little beach area. Got some hammocks, a little seating area over here. The waterfall is usually going. It's not today. Looks like they're working on it up there. I don't know. And then they got a dock over here as well. Now that dock, I believe, is pretty new. I don't believe that dock was here before. But as you can see, I'm going to zoom in, try to zoom in. You see how rocky it is. Okay, so, but if you put on some water shoes, you'll be pretty much out in the deep water, and then you can snorkel this way too. Now, danger, this is a shallow pool area. You got to step up, and then you got to kind of go down these rocks, so you got to be kind of careful to get into here. And I believe, like I said, this is a pretty new dock. I don't believe this was here in my last video that I did. And I'm sure they probably do some excursions or something over here, but I'm not sure because it's pretty shallow. It's not real. But they do have, this side's a little bit cleaner with the rocks. Now that right there is Fat Tuesdays, which is right on the corner. So you can see how close we really are to the dock. So if you're at the Royal Caribbean piers, which is those, even though there's no Royal Caribbean ship in there, that's only about probably 7, 8, 9 minute walk at the very most. But it was probably about 10 because we are way over there. Okay. But that's pretty much it. In a nutshell, again, $69, let's just say $70, and that's all you can eat, all you can drink, all day. Okay? El Cid. You put it where you want on the list that I'm fixing to show you all of them. And what you see down there is the downtown pier, and that's where Royal Caribbean has been docking on the Enchantment a few times that we've been here, but last time we docked at the Carnival Pier. All right, so a quick review of El Cid as of April 2026 is it's close to the ports. Whether you go to the Carnival ports or the Royal Caribbean docks, they're pretty easy to get to. It's not a long walk by any means. It also, when you pay that $69, it is all you can eat, all you can drink. There's no hidden features in there anywhere that we've ever found. As Leo said, make sure you bring your own towel. They do not supply towels. Um, the the $38 one, he didn't really explain that very well, but what that is if you just want to come into the resort and hang out, it doesn't include any drink or food, but what they will do is give you a $13 credit toward food or drink. So basically, you could go get yourself one or two drinks. It's just not unlimited. Okay. The negatives about El Cid. It doesn't have a beach per se. So if you're looking to go lay on the actual beach, this is not the place for you. Again, plenty of food. The food is actually really good. You can get a server or you can go to the buffet and get it yourself. They are not stingy with the drinks by any means. Okay, so if you're a beer or cerveza drinker, it's pretty much as you want. Okay. Other than that, we really can't think of anything else negative. Now, we will throw this in as of March, I believe it's May 9th of 2026, they will be closing. Right now, they're saying it's for renovation. So make sure before you make reservations or try to, you call or look it up online again because some people are saying that they may close down May 9th and not reopen at all. Again, that could be rumor, but make sure you check into that before you book after May. Alrighty. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's go to Del Mar, which is basically a 2-minute walk from El Cid toward the north. So we've arrived. This is Del Mar Latino Beach Club. It's $45. You can reserve it for $9. And that is a non-refundable deposit. That way if it's raining or something you don't want to come, down here, and this is what it. Now they only limit the capacity to 40 people per day. All right, they're open Monday through Saturday, and it's all you can eat and drink, and they do have top shelf alcohol. So we are one of those 40 people. Here we go. Again, have a full bar. This is also where you pay. They have a pool and lots of places to sit. And as you can see, we are pretty much right by the port. So this is your menu. All this is included. $45 really not a bad price by any means. One of the cheapest all-inclusives that you can find here in Cozumel. And this is all their drinks. They do have Michelob, they have Chiscotti Light, they got pina coladas, you name it. And it is top shelf alcohol. It is Jack Daniels and stuff like that. And they do have hot food. The other side was the cold. French fries, chicken sticks, chicken wings. Now if they're deep fried, I won't eat them, but I'm sure they are. Then more of your drinks, Coke Light. Remember, Mexico, it's called Coke Light, not Diet Coke. This is basically a lot of the same things, just in Spanish. Now there is no beach here per se. It's kind of like El Cid. You can jump out, go down the stairs into the water, but there's no beach. we'll bring it to you, see how good it is as the day goes on. And that's your way down into the water, either side. Now, unlike El Cid, there's no jumping off the pier here because there's really no way to do it. So this is your way to cross back over to the other resort across the street. And that's your main road right there. And this is where you get your rentals. As you can see, they do a short excursion. This is a diving excursion as they are heading out. Again, not really a big place, but that's why they limit it to 45 people. All right, so this right here is not part of Del Mar. Okay, Del Mar stops at these steps. So basically all it is the bar, the little tiki hut over there, and that's pretty much it. Very small. So Del Mar goes from that bar, the end of the bar over there, and it stops at those steps over there by the wall where the arrow is. It's a very small place, but it was fun. We enjoyed it. And for the price, you can't beat it. $45, as Francisco just told you.
All right, here I am with Francisco. I will say, probably the best waiter we've ever had.
Thank you.
Very attentive, takes care of you all day long. So here we are at Del Mar. It's Del Mar Latino Beach Club. Francisco, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, only for $45. That's all inclusive. We have open bar drinks that's limited. So the open bar is 8 o'clock to 3:30, and the kitchen is the same. It's the food limited. So that's open 10 o'clock and to 3:30. So we have access to the ocean, lawn chairs, umbrellas, and the cushions. So just for only $45. So,
That's great.
Yeah, come here and
it
enjoy.
was a great day, and I'm telling you, when you come here, make sure you ask for Francisco. Right
Yeah.
now, he's the only waiter out here. So, and he's taking care of every single person here. We never waited more than a minute for a drink. Never. All righty. Well, thank
Yeah.
you, Francisco.
Thank you, my friend.
The only thing we don't like about you, Francisco,
come here and
that
enjoy.
cap.
Yeah.
That cap. Go Rays.
All right, for a quick review of Del Mar Latino Beach Club. Uh, it's a nice little place. It's very little. The waiters are very attentive to you. Francisco was a great waiter. We've been there a couple of times when we just want to go lay out. It's a quiet place, pretty much. The negatives are, again, it is the no access to the beach other than going down to the stairs and getting into water that way. It again is a very, very small area, as you saw. But really and truthfully, for $45, top shelf alcohol, they do serve Tecate light beer and a couple of others. And that's pretty much it. There's no hidden fees, nothing like that. The food, we'd give it about a maybe 3.5 to 4 out of 5 stars. Other than that, it's a nice little place for just a nice quick getaway. All right, and so the next one we're going to move on to is the Island Beach Club. And when you get off the ships, you'll see they push this place pretty hard.
All right, so here we are at Islands Beach Club. This is located in Cozumel. It's at the north end of the island on the west side. So basically when you're sitting on the beach, you can see the mainland. We did the not all-inclusive. We did just, you can come, buy your beers, your food, and it was $39.99, and that was on the cruise ship. Now, is it cheaper without the cruise ship? Probably, but we're kind of far from the port, so I decided we'll go ahead and book it through Carnival. That way we get back. They have the vans here, as you can see behind me. They leave every 30 minutes and take you back to the ship, okay? Or when they get a full van, they take you back. All right, if you want to do the all-inclusive, that includes tequila tasting, it includes your drinks, it includes all of the food you want, or excuse me, one meal for free. And we're going to take you and show you around and what it's got to offer. Again, you can probably tell by the weather, it's not a very great day for a beach club. So we're going to do the video, and then we've already had a little bit of fun, and we're going to leave. All right, so let's go on inside and see. When you come in, they're going to drop you off here at this covered area. As you can see, it's raining here, and they're going to really kind of bother you to take pictures, and then they want you to naturally buy them. But there is a covered area here, and this is their photo center. And they do have it on both sides. They're going to list what ships are in. We've seen people from all three or four. And they have like a little, as you can see, little garden area. I'll take you to the right first. All right, and these are the restrooms. They're more like a trailer type thing. The only thing I didn't like about them is it's kind of like being on a boat where you don't throw your paper in the toilet. You throw it in a waste paper basket if you're doing the old number 2. All right, they got the fish things where you can have your scales eaten off your feet. And they have a very little gift shop. Okay, here's your tequila tasting. Again, that's only included with your all-inclusive. Okay, then they have a little small gift shop. They do have zip lining here. Again, because it's been lightning, it's not working. Here's more hair braid stuff and your photos again. All right, so this is the main eatery restaurant. This is where you can pay for what you're going to drink and eat. And they have the pool. Now, when you have the open bar here, that is only for people who are staying behind that screen over there, and I'll show you there in a second. But you can do the wave runners, the zip lines, the snorkels, paddle boards, all that is extra, even if you do the all-inclusive. Nothing there comes with it. The only thing with the all-inclusive that comes with the all-inclusive is naturally your food, your drinks, and the umbrellas over here in this little area. That's the all-inclusive area. Again, everything in there is included in there. Okay, so as you can see, they do keep it separated. All the chairs out here are complimentary. The umbrellas are $6 for the day. And as you can see, he's just bringing one out now. And they set it up and charge you $6. So this is kind of one of the negatives that I saw. Is you can't go out here and take a picture with that stuff because no phones or cameras are allowed out there because they want to take pictures and sell them to you. Now this was a little bit misleading on the website for the cruise, as it said that there was a beach. All right, I'm going to show you the actual beach. Okay, it's just another overview of the entire place, but this is your beach. And yes, these are rocks. In case you didn't know what a rock was. And that's your entrance to the beach area. that's pretty much it. Okay, so that right there is it. They do wave runners and all. They're going back out now, I guess. They had to brought them back in when it started lightning. And then the yellow building you see next door is not part of this, totally different. And then they have naturally your spas, your massages, and all that. That's pretty much it. Beers are about $4, $4.50 I believe is what they were. And then that's pretty much it. And this is where you catch your excursions. Right here they have a helmet dive. They have a helmet dive there, as you can see them getting down in the water, and then they'll lower the helmet down on you and you can walk along the bottom of the ocean there. Right here, this is the spa area, and then they do have some hammocks over there. Again, not a great day for laying in a hammock. As you can see, it's pretty desolate right now. A lot of people have left. It's about a little after noon, and a lot of people have already left, but we leave at 3:30 today. So, and then the pool's pretty good sized pool, but as you can see, there's nobody in it because we had lightning. I do like about this place is they have a foot wash place, and that water is usually running, and so you can actually clean your feet off and then get back on the rock so you don't walk away with sandy feet. All right, so what they do here is exclusive. No phones, no cameras, because they want to.
This was one of the things that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I'm not trying to be real petty, but when you're paying good money to go in here and you want to take a picture off the dock, they wouldn't even let you walk up there, even if you weren't going to use those props to take a picture. You couldn't go in there with your cell phone or your camera because they want to take the picture and sell them to you. All right, now the review for the Islands Beach Club. All right, first of all, this is not within walking distance of any of the ports. You're going to have to take a taxi or do like we did. We actually booked it through Carnival Cruise Lines. It was $38, but really it's only $22 if you go down there on your own. But as I said in a couple of the other videos, you're still going to have to pay your taxi. All right, so the club was a little misleading, and I'm going to show you this picture right here that will show that. So as you can see, the picture here, a little misleading when it comes to the beach part. So because as you saw, it is nothing like that. Doesn't look like a beach at all. All right. So one of the positive things about it is if you got teenagers or younger people in their 20s or so, there is a lot to do there with the helmet dive. They have the little thing you hold on to and you go through the water like a scuba propelled scooter thing. They have the helmet dive. They have a glass bottom boat, and then they have some excursions that leave that island, that part of the island as well. So there's a lot to do there, but you pay for pretty much everything there. Beers are about $4.50 a piece if you're going to buy them. Now the all inclusive is $55. What that includes is all your drinks, and you'll be over in that little VIP section over there where the little fence was. But it's only one meal. You only get one entree, all the drinks you can drink, and that's the $55 all inclusive. All right. So anyway, so would we come back? We don't know. We didn't get a chance to eat any of the food. The only thing we got was a beer each, and we got chips and salsa, which were pretty good. And we saw people's food; it looked good, but we can't give you a review on that again because it's only one entree unless you want to buy more and pay for it at the restaurant there. Alrighty, so probably out of about a 5 stars, we would give it about maybe 3.5 to 4 stars. All right, moving on. Let's go to Paradise Beach. All right, so Paradise Beach. Again, you are going to have to take a ride in a taxi. They do not offer this on the cruise lines that I have ever seen. I know they don't do it on Royal and Carnival, but I've not seen it offered other than doing it on your own. The price of Paradise Beach as of April 2026 is $73, and that is for low grade alcohol. If you want the top shelf alcohol, that's going to cost you another $30 on top of that. And then if you want to add the floats and the water stuff out there on the beach, that's going to cost you another $16. So if you do everything, you're looking at well over $100, hundred and some dollars to go to Paradise Beach and enjoy everything. We have always just done the $73 deal, all the food and drink you can have, and some of the best fajitas I've ever tasted is right there at Paradise Beach. So without further ado, let's take a tour.
Welcome to Paradise Beach. So nice to have you here. And welcome to your favorite place.
What do we get here?
Where you get all you can eat, all you can drink without bracelets. You know, it comes with access to the beach, access to the to the pool, launcher, and a lot of fun and a lot of excitement. Good food, good drinks.
Cerveza?
A lot of beer, a lot of mojitos, a lot of specialty drinks, mimosas, Aperol Spritz, everything, all the good stuff.
And how much was it?
How much was it? That was $64, so you can eat, so you can drink.
There you go,
Very
$64, folks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your day.
Thank
Got to make our way in, give our ticket to somebody. It's almost like a jungle. And it's very cool in here, actually. This is what's cool. Very pretty. She says very pretty. Oh, look, it's a bar.
Look at the pool.
Yeah, I told you the pool was big.
Hi, good morning.
And your name is?
Ronnie, sir.
Ronnie?
Buenos dias, good morning.
Ronnie.
Never been.
So when you come here, we've already had almost a little accident. Be very careful. You can't see this, especially when you're videotaping, and boop, you'll go over. Be very
I'm
careful.
gonna leave my bag there.
All right, we got us a shower here. We got all your equipment that you can rent.
Water.
You can get a massage here. All right. Nice sandy beach. And it feels good on your feet. Lots of chairs. It kind of reminds me naturally of Mr. Sancho's. I gotta say that quiet here.
Mr. Sancho's has tables.
But they have tables and places to sit and eat. It's the only difference I see. Another bar. Bars are good.
Babe, I'm gonna go down put my feet in the water.
All right, and they do have a pier you can walk out on. And they have another bar down here. Okay, down at the other end, there's a bar. So that's 1, 2, and 3 bars. So plenty of bars. So there shouldn't be much waiting at a bar for a drink. But they do have servers as well. All right, there's the pier. You can actually walk out on that pier. Now this is all extra.
Oh my
This-
gosh,
this-
it's cold.
does not come in here. All right, so I have a lot of trails. We're gonna go down some of these trails and just see what it is. There's my buddy. He's Newman. Newman followed us. I don't know why they bite me. I'm awesome. All right, so that's right to the pool. Let's go this way. All right, we're gonna go this way. Yeah, because so they have little trails, and you can see the vegetation is like it actually keeps the area nice and cool. And the baños, the restrooms, are down here as well. I'm not sure what that is there. It just says Paradise Beach. That might be. Oh, that's their kitchen and stuff. So we don't want to go there. Well, we do, but they do have lockers. They do have lockers.
This is like their kitchen. So you should have came this way.
All right, so this is like their trail. So we're gonna turn back around and go back out to the pool. We'll see you over there. Tacos. They got a taco truck. Now, if they don't have hard shell tacos, then it's no good for me. I don't like soft. I like hard tacos. And I believe it's an extra cost. I'm not sure it's included, but I'll ask. Here on the pier, dock, whatever you want to call it. Get a little rough on the feet. Wear some shoes. All right, so now the Paradise Beach review. First of all, $73 is really not a bad price for what you're getting if you don't mind drinking their local beers and drinks made with their alcohol. Again, if you want to do that, you can upgrade to $30 to the top shelf alcohol and a few of the other beers that they offer. But they offer generally Sol, Dos Equis, and Tecate Light. All right, so let's talk about all the food and everything is included. The taco truck is included. Again, I like hard shell tacos, not soft, but all the food is included. And like I said in the opening, that they have some of the best tasting fajitas I've ever tasted. Okay. The beach is very, very foot friendly. You can walk anywhere you want on that beach, and it's nice. You don't have to wear any water shoes at all. One thing you have to do is be very careful in the pool. The pool is all tile, and it can be very, very slippery and it's a large pool. Paradise Beach is not a real party place. We've seen a couple of people having fun and dancing around, but they don't play the music as loud. It doesn't get as rowdy as some of the other all-inclusives that we go to. For the price, to me, Paradise Beach is one of our favorites. We will definitely go back there again for a nice, relaxing day, laying either on the beach or by the pool. We kind of jump back and forth between both. Alrighty. Now we're going to move on to Chankanaab Park, and you'll be surprised at the review on that. All right. So Chankanaab Park is located just a little bit south of the cruise ports, but probably a little bit too far to walk to it. All right, so if you want the all-inclusive package that just includes a couple of beers and lunch, and then it still has the snorkeling, the day beds, all that, it is 66 US dollars. And then if you want the one with the open bar, which is all you can eat and all you can drink, along with all the snorkeling and the sea lion show, that comes to about 95 US dollars there. And then they have a couple other packages which include the um, the helmet dives, the dolphin swims, the snorkeling, the use of their equipment, and different things. They have two more of those. And if you're interested in that type of thing, one of the things I'm going to tell you is it's not a typical beach area. Again, you have to go downstairs, which they are not the slippery concrete stairs like they are in a couple of the other places. They're actually metal stairs that you can go down into the water. We did that. It was pretty nice, but we paid the $100, almost $100 for the package, but it didn't include all the bars that were there. Some of those were for VIPs for that park, and I don't understand what they were for or what the difference was because we paid for the top package. All right, so without further ado, let's give you a tour of Chankanaab Park.
Chankanaab Park. This is your entrance. Always a pharmacy. So there's where we came in. Now, the dolphin discovery is not included. She's included. The dolphins, again, are not included, but this restaurant, and they're very strict about making you wear shoes and a shirt to go in there, that is included. The bar is included. And then this is what kind of where the park really starts, but we're going to take you inside the buffet area. All right, so this is your check-in area for your dolphin swim. This is how close we are to the port. But not walking distance. And then there's your dolphin swims. And then you can get a drink and come out here. And then this is the other side of the buffet. You saw we were down that end of the dock. And then this is where you're at the north end of the dock here. This is your snack bar. This is where you can get cocktails, soft drinks, coffee, all that stuff, all included. Now, again, I'm not sure about the Big Fish VIP bar. That may be extra, but I will find out. Quite open yet, but this is their little buffet they have. You can make your own tacos. Pudding, jello, fruit, Alfredo sauce, and they haven't brought the spaghetti and stuff out yet. And they have the chips. So, and this is, again, all included, and this isn't the big buffet. This is just the snack bar. This is your restaurant inside. And your bar. This is all included. You have your upstairs area as well. And the buffet, kind of the same thing as before. So here's your pool with a swim up bar. That's always a good thing, swim up bars. There's your swim up bar. And again, this is right out on the water, right by the dolphins. When you come in the entrance, you're going to turn left if you want to come down to the beach area, the little ruins area, and we'll show you all that. They do have a seal and otter show that is also included, and that's right back in here. I don't know if we'll be able to get in there, but they have two shows. Again, all included right here.
We might try to come to that.
Now that's a funny looking seal right there. Straight across from the seal show is the arch. This is an archaeological replicas.
Good place to take pictures.
Yep, good place to take your picture. So we're gonna go right up through the middle.
Careful.
And this is where they kind of do a show. And you can pretty much walk around in here anywhere you want. There's a lot to walk around. Sorry if I'm panning too fast, but I'm trying to walk and do this at the same time.
Oh, these are like, there's a bunch of these in here. I don't know if they're graves or what. Yeah, they're graves.
Yep, these are graves. I hope nothing crawls out.
It has their age on it. 15. That guy was 15.
15 years old.
All right, so there's another gentleman, woman, I don't know. All right, so this is pretty much coming outside back to the, we're gonna cut through here, step right on their grave. Boy, that's probably gonna hurt later. Again, so we're back to the front. So continuing on, there's always maps to show you where you are.
Your fresh margarita, keep the glass, you keep the mug.
No, thank you.
Only for $12 margarita.
When they make margaritas here, they claim they're the best margaritas. You keep the cup.
Thank you.
Why not?
The cup is ceramic.
I know.
And this is like a little courtyard.
Wait, bake. Wait, bake. Wait, bake.
And as you come down here toward the beach, here's the lagoon for the kids. It's not very deep, no waves. Again, all included. Always places to buy stuff. There's my little birdie. He followed us over here. They got another bar. Now these bars are included. These bars are included. These bars are included. Nice little place to sit. You want to be out of the sun. Okay, these bars back here at the southern end of the park, these are not included in the package from the ship. They are not included. That's extra. Not bad priced. It's at like $1 for a beer. 100 pesos is $1. Or I'm sorry, $10, $5. As you can see, there's no beach per se, but a lot of the resorts here, other than Mr. Sancho's and a few of the others, it's kind of like El said, you have to go down the ladders to get into the water. The water's still beautiful though. And I'm gonna make my way down the beach. All right, so again, as you can see, it's a pretty big beach. I'm gonna walk down the other end. Other than that, I think it's just pretty much chairs. There's a little lagoon or a pond over on the other side of those chairs. I'll show you that on the way back. Again, only way into the water is by the stairs. And then I think it kind of drops right off over your head. All right, so as you come down again to the southern end, you come to the Happy Crab. And this is the Cabana Beach. Not sure if it's private. It's roped off, but I think you can cut through over here to see if this is different than the actual park. All right, so apparently this is not included. This is a different resort. That's pretty much it. I'll show you the pond on the way back. All right, so you can see that it's a pretty big place, huge. They got snorkeling, they have diving, scuba diving, they have a lot of different stuff to bring you to. But again, when I'll talk about the negatives in our review, that it doesn't really have a beach per se. I just like a little lagoon. I'm not sure how the water gets in here, whether that's fresh water. I don't see any inlets or outlets from the ocean, but it is definitely very crystal clear. Unless it's coming in from under there somewhere. But it is pretty clear, but you can't swim in it. And there's a lot of fish down in there if you see them swimming around. All right, so in closing, Chankanaab Park is actually, there's a lot to do there with the dolphins, the helmet dive, the beach part. Again, nice beach, just again, you have to go down into the water with the stairs. Other than that, the food was just okay. Wasn't nothing great. Uh, the price, really and truthfully, for the $99, you really still kind of got a lot because the show was included and all the other stuff that was there was included. So, again, a lot to do there. Uh, but again, the only negative was the beach area. And then had a couple of the bars that you were not allowed to use with your package, which it was the top of the line package, but you weren't allowed to use that. From what I remember, it was not top shelf alcohol, and that's pretty much it. Give it about a rating of about probably 4 stars out of 5. All right, and next up, Mr. Sancho's. It is a party place, and we'll bring it to you next. Alrighty. Mr. Sancho's is located just south of the port. Again, not within walking distance. It's approximately 5 to 6 miles away. And you can get there by taxi. Again, the cruise lines do not offer this on any of their packages that I have ever seen. And it's probably about a 15 to 20-minute ride down to Mr. Sancho's. All right, the price of the all day inclusive for 18 and a plus is $79. For teens, it's $50. And the all inclusive day pass for children is $40. Now, the one thing you want to do is, and what we do is, we just put the $5 deposit back on the price of it, and that way we don't have to worry about losing anything if it's a rainy day or a bad day. And you will lose that $5. It's non-refundable, but they will hold your position at Mr. Sancho's because it does sometimes sell out. So make sure you put that $5 deposit. You can do that by going online. And then after that, if you don't want to go again, you don't lose that major money. You just lose just the $5. Now, what's included in this package? All right, so the first thing you're going to get is you're going to get clean and high quality facilities, your kayaks, tables with umbrellas or tiki top, and that is first come first serve. When you get there, they're going to seat you there. If the tables aren't big enough, they are going to move some of those tables and form a big area if you have a big crowd. The freshwater showers are included. The lockers are included. There is no extra charge there like they are at Kuza. The pool and 3 pools with swim up bar. Now they just added a third bar, excuse me, a third bar and pool down toward the southern end of the property. They bought some more property down there, which makes this place an absolutely huge place anymore. The sun loungers are included, and then it is unlimited food and drink. All right, so what's not included is your transportation. You are going to have to get a taxi. Again, usually runs around $30 a person round trip from the port. Naturally, bring your own towels off the ship. Your liquor shots are not included. The aqua park, which is that floating area out in the ocean, is not included. The coffee shop products are not included. Your snorkel gear is not included, and any other activity offered by the third tier parties, like your massages, and they're always selling stuff. And then your tip is not included, but your gratuities are well appreciated by our staff. We generally take care of the staff pretty good because we've had a couple of servers that they will not let you go real long without a drink or without food. The food is pretty good, but we'll talk about that at the end of this tour. So without further ado on this one, let's take a tour of Mr. Sancho's. Right, so this is your entrance. This is where we just basically got out of the van. You're going to have some shops there. You're going to have a cigar shop over there. They'll ask you if you want to buy stuff, but it's not high pressure. They've never really ever high pressured us into anything. They'll just ask you if you want something. You say no, and you'll move on. Over here, naturally, as you're coming around the corner here, as you see there, that's where you're going to check in. Everyone's always happy here. And then in a second, we're going to show you the price on the sign. That sign, do not go by that price that's on that sign. Again, as you can see, it's gone up quite a bit to about $79. Now, this is where you're going to check in right here at the main building. And there's an overview. And again, they've added again. This is the first pool that you're going to come to. The pools can get a little crowded. This is the buffet area up here. And remember, you can either do it by server or you can go get your own buffet food up at the buffet. They generally always have chips and salsa around out on the beach. And now this is the second pool. And then they just added again a third pool uh, to the north side, or excuse me, to the south side. Okay, if you got mobility issues, they do have those that will take you out into the sand to the beach. And then your restrooms would be right here to the right. They have them on both sides. Plenty of restrooms to go to. This is another covered area, which also the Wi-Fi works really good under there. And then, as you can see right down here, you're going to see that they have your chips and salsa and some other snacks there. That's there the entire day. So you can go get those if you want, or again, the waiters will bring them to you. That's just the kitchen there, and you got more restrooms. And then you got your last pool down here on the very north end of the area. And again, they are identical pools with an identical swim up bar at both of the pools that were there. And then the third one, they made it just slightly different. And then you can either, again, go get your own drinks here, swim up, walk up, however you want to do it. Okay. Now, moving down toward the beach area, as you can see, they do have the day beds. They are not included, but the umbrellas and tables are. And you're going to see our table here in just a second that we were sitting at, and they'll put them together, make it accommodating for however many people you have. But if you get there early, you can get in the shade a little bit too, or you can just sit out on the beach in the sun and not worry about the shade. That's our tables there, I believe. And again, you'll see how they move them all around just to sit there. Now, the chairs, be very careful because they are kind of flimsy chairs. Uh, but they're, because they're in the sand, so they'll move around. Now, if you notice the gentleman trying to get out there, if the tide is really out far, there's going to be kind of a drop off right there. It's not totally 90-degree drop off, but it is kind of steep for if you've got mobility issues to try to get back up onto that beach a little bit. But other than that, the beach is foot friendly, very, very foot friendly, and that will get you down there.
All right, here I am at the swim up bar at Mr. Sancho's, and I've got Julio, best bartender here, period. He makes drinks faster than lightning. And he watches, he's a big fan of the channel. And what's your favorite channel, Julio?
It's Party at Cruising, brother.
Yeah, that's
right.
right. So when you come to Mr. Sancho's, you look up Julio. He'll be at one of the two swim up bars. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Mr. Sancho's pretty much the same way as some of the other resorts. The beach is very, very foot friendly. There's no rocks, no grass generally right off the shore, other than I told you about it. Sometimes a little bit of a steep climb to come back up. For the price of it, the food is actually good. Terry loves the coconut shrimp, says it's the best. I eat actually a lot of food here where I don't eat so much in other places because they have so many choices, and everything's included. There's no upcharge on anything there. It is not top shelf alcohol, but what they make is generally pretty good. And then they have Tuscany light beer and a couple of others. Alrighty. So on a range from a scale of 5 stars, we're going to give that about 4.5 stars for Mr. Sancho's, with the price being really good. And like I said, they are not stingy with the food or the drinks. It's a fun place. It can get a little rowdy in the pools, but generally the beach area is pretty calm. All right, so moving on to our last one, and that is going to be Passion Island, or Isla Passion. All right, so Passion Island. It is a beautiful place, but there are some caveats to it that are not going to probably fit your needs. Now, if you're going to go through Carnival, which you should if you're taking Carnival, or Royal Caribbean, they're roughly about the same price. It's going to be $87.99 for you to take this excursion. And you're going to get picked up at the dock where your ship is docked, and then you are going to take a 1 hour boat ride to the island, and then you're going to get about 3 hours on the island to enjoy yourself, and then it's an hour back. So it's a 5 hour pretty much a day, but 2 of those are taking the boat. Now you can do this on your own through a third party, and that is going to be on the Aqua Twister boat, which is going to be, they're going to play around out there, spin around, take you to the island for a few hours, and then they're going to come back. But again, if that something happens and that boat breaks down and you don't get back to the ship, you are going to be left, and when the ship leaves you. Okay, that's why I always try to book things that I know I can't have any control on myself of getting back, that because there is no taking a taxi. Uh, so I would book this through a cruise line, and make sure that they're going to wait on you if that boat breaks down or doesn't get back on time. All right, beautiful place. Enjoy the video, and here we go.
Arrive at the dock. You don't have to get off in the water. And then we're going to walk down to there where everything is. Everything is included.
It's a whole thing.
This is probably where people get married. It is a pretty island.
The little footprints from the above. Yeah.
Very pretty.
And there's people already there.
Passion Island. Is that not a pretty picture or what? Those are the people on the speedboats, but they parked in the back. Everything here is included. The jump thing out there in the water, the chairs, the kayaks, all included. We got a drugstore on an island that is uninhabited at night.
Everybody get closer this way, please.
So we got stores, naturally. Little shopping areas. We're gonna wander there in the back in a minute and see what's back there. Beach area. And we're heading to the restaurant. This is the restaurant. We got iguanas everywhere.
Hey, where Nuke at? Tell Nuke they got fries.
Here's your food. We got tortillas, French fries, spaghetti, rice, chicken.
Two tacos.
Lots of rice. Can I have one more rice?
We got all kinds of wildlife. We got squirrels. We got women. Terry got a little of everything. I got a little of everything. Got a drink. And there you see the carnival sunrise going in. And this is the only beer that they have here. 4.1%. And we'll see how it tastes. Cerveza. But don't leave any food out because they're everywhere. You leave food out, they're going to come get it. They're not as bad as seagulls. They won't take it out of your plate unless you lay it down somewhere and walk away. The children's area with, I guess it's not really just for children because there's some cornhole boards. This is the back side. This is not the ocean side. This is the lagoon side coming up. This obviously is our storage area. And I'll take you around down there by that water. There's the baños, bathrooms. They said behind the trees here. But we're gonna go check it out. As we get closer, these are the restrooms, I believe. And then that's the front of the island. This is kind of like where the fishermen bring stuff on back here on the back side of the island. That can be a little dangerous. Again, that's the lagoon that runs between the mainland of Cozumel there and the island over here. Uninhabitable, all back in here, and you only can get here by boat. Now, here comes the, try to zoom in on it, hopefully he'll do something great. Well, he just did it, we missed it. But that was the power boat out there, spinning around. Okay, again, looking from the back side, this is like a big pavilion, or I guess if you want to have parties. And this is the where they do weddings. Bring some bug repellent. I'm not sure if it's mosquitoes or what, but here comes the Alright, is that not pretty or what? When you come to Passion Island, everything you see is included. Everything, even those day beds, those tents, everything. The swings, everything. And there's little babies laying in there. And that's pretty much it.
One hand, no cheating. Ahí viene el globito. Come right here, look. Pay attention, grab it. Perfecto. Muy bien, good job, everybody.
Here I am with Miguel. We're getting ready to go see another Miguel here at Pancho's backyard, but Miguel, tell them about the Passion Island tour.
Well, Passion Island is a private island located all the way at the north side.
Way to the north.
Way long to the north side. And it's a beautiful sandbar in the middle of nowhere. I am Miguel, I'm a tour guide. I've got 10 years working from this company. So you guys, anytime want to come here, you're more than welcome. Like we say in Mexico, mi casa es tu casa. My tequila.
That's house, I know house.
Yeah, my tequila is my tequila.
Oh.
One more time, welcome guys.
So how
Cozumel.
much is it, Miguel?
It costs you 79.99 a person.
Yep, and everything's included.
Open bar, buffet, and facilities and party.
And we had a great time, Miguel.
Thank you for joining
Thank you
us.
very much, bud.
Anytime, you guys, more than welcome here.
All righty. So make sure you look up Miguel
Yes.
on, and what's the name of the company?
The name Passion Island.
Passion Island.
Company.
So book that cruise, $79.99, something like that.
Exactly.
And
All you
we had
can
a
eat,
great
all you can
time.
drink. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
See you next time.
All right, so there you have it with Passion Island. Let's talk about the positives. It's an absolutely beautiful place. The sand is very, very foot friendly. The only place you will need shoes or beach shoes is on the dock itself. The dock is a little rough. Again, not bad. I did it, but it's a little rough on your feet. But once you get off that little bit of a dock, and it's only a few feet, um, the sand is just absolutely gorgeous. It's very, very almost like walking in sugar. There are no rocks. There is nothing to step on. Absolutely fantastic area. And remember, this is where they did one of the Corona commercials. So you know the water is pristine and absolutely beautiful. Remember, everything's included. Everything you saw in this video is included. The only thing they did a little bit different was if you wanted Dos Equis beer, you had to pay a little extra for it, but the premier beer was all included. Again, as I said in a couple of the other videos, the beer was drinkable. It's a more of a light beer. But other than that, they didn't really charge for anything else. All the water toys out in the ocean there are all included. You can actually take kayaks out. They are included as well, not like some of the other resorts where they charged you. Now, the negative, let me talk about the food. The food, it was good, but it was, as you saw, there was only about 6 items to choose from. So it wasn't a whole lot of food there. But it was good what was there. And if they got spaghetti, I'm usually pretty happy. Um, the negatives about Passion Island, the only thing that I can think of is Passion Island. Remember, do not go by the price that we said in the video. It is now, like I said, $87 to go. And it's only like $2 cheaper if you do it on Carnival rather than going on the Aqua Twister boat. It's actually $2 more. But again, the negative is the hour boat ride to the island and an hour boat ride back. And then if we were on Carnival, we had to be back on the ship at 3:30. So really, we only really got about 3 hours. They say it's a 5 hour, so remember, hour there, hour back. So you only get 2.5 to 3 hours to actually lay out and enjoy the beach. Alrighty. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Hope everything. I apologize for them being over an hour and 45 minutes long, but it gives you a lot of perspective rather than book a cruise uh, and not like what you're going to. Thank you for watching Party of Two Cruising. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and give us that thumbs up if you like what we're doing.